started yet. Wow. Thank you guys so much for coming to Shakespeare on the Lawn's Spring 2026 performance of Macbeth. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Dunne. I'm the director of this show.
My name is Campbell, Kirby, and I'm the artistic director.
Woo! We're here to remind you of a couple of things before our show begins. First and foremost, please take your cell phones, put them on mute. We do not want to hear any of your phones buzzing during this performance. While there may be some times we'd love to hear you laugh, to hear you gasp, to hear you cry, to hear everything there. The only thing we don't want to hear is your cell phone. So please take this time now to put them on mute. And I'm also going to give you guys another very big reminder here, and I've used my big scary tone. Please keep your hands, feet, and belongings out of the stage, out of the aisles. We're going to have performers coming in through each of these exits here. So please, please, please keep everything out of those aisles. Put them under your chair. Keep your feet pretty tight and close to you, especially those of you on the stage. If your feet are in the light, no, put them away. Campbell.
Yeah, I've just got a couple logistics to kind of kick us off. There are 4 emergency exits in this building, 2 to your right, 2 to your left. The women's restroom is back here to your left, as well as the water fountain, and then the men's on your right. We do ask that if you at any time use the facilities, please be strategic with your timing. Pick a scene transition or during our intermission, just 15 minutes in the first and second half of the show. That being said, Macbeth does tackle some pretty heavy themes. There are extensive depictions of choreographed combat and death, including that of children and a spouse, as well as some brief periods of flashing lights, and mention the depiction of self-harm and suicide. If you at any moment need to step out, please do so. Please take care of yourselves, and we hope that you enjoy the show. But first, Kelly, you have a question?
Yes, I do. The question I'm going to pose you all is, do you guys like classical theater? Do you guys like free classical theater? It is our mission to keep these shows free, to make these shows as accessible and wonderful as possible. But that being said, we don't sell tickets here, so the best way to support our show is to take a look at the back of your programs and donate money to our cause directly. I believe there's a Venmo link or links to our Zelle. Or if you don't really want to do that, we also have concessions all the way over there. It's another phenomenal way to support our show. It's you guys who help keep our lights on, and we are so deeply appreciative for everything that you guys have given us. So thank you guys so much for coming out here. And if you like what you see here tonight, please, please, please donate. And if you guys don't like what you see here tonight, donate so we can have our budget increased. So, that being said, I think it's time we all enjoy the show.
When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly burly's done, when the battle's lost and won, that will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and
Come on!
bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plate, the revolt of the new estate.
This is a sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend, say to the king the knowledge of the royalist that its leave it. Doubtful it stood, as two spent soldiers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be rebel for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of curtains and gallowglasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned morals smiling shows like a rebel's whore! But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution. Like valor's minions, carved out his passion till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands or bade farewell to him till he unseated him from the naves to the chaps, and fixed his head upon a battlement.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman!
Mark, King of Scotland, Mark. No sooner have with valor armed, compelled these skipping currents to trust their heels, but than the way and Lord surveying vantage, with furbished arms and a new supply of men began a fresh assault.
Dismay not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes, as hair the eagle, bear the eagle and hair the lion. If I say sooth, I may report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redouble strokes upon their foes, except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds or make another Golgotha, I cannot tell, but I am faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go get this man's urchins. Who comes here?
Oh, the worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king. Whence camest thou, worthy Thane? From Fife, great king. Norway himself, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, begun a dismal conflict, till that Bologna's bridegroom lavished him with self-comparisons, lapping his victories, and we were victorious. Great happiness! That now Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition, nor will we deign him burial of his men, till he disperse at St. Colm's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosomed interest. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title, great Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
A drum, Macbeth, the gun. The Ware sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9.
Peace! The charm's wound up.
The fowl is there, and I have not seen. How far is it called the forest? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, but each at once her chappy finger laying upon her skinny lip. Speak if you can, what are you?
Hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, thane of Glum!
Hail, Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
Hail, Macbeth! Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction, of noble having and of royal hope that he seems wrapped withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favor nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail!
Lesser than Macbeth and greater!
Not so happy and much happier.
Thou shalt be king, though thou be none. So, oh, hail, Macbeth and Big Bird!
Banquo and Macbeth all hail!
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. I sign no step in no way of Thane of Glom's, but how of Cawdor. The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why, upon this blasted heath, you stop our way with such pathetic beauty. Speak, I charge you. The earth hath bubbles as the water has in. These are of them. Whither are they vanished? Into the air. And what's incorporeal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed! Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner? Your children shall be kings. You shall be king.
Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the selfsame tune and words. Who's here?
The king had happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks.
And he bade me from him in earnest of a greater honor, call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, most worthy Thane, hail, for it is thine.
What, didn't the devil speak true? The Thane of Cawdor lives, why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital, confessed and proven, have overthrown him.
Gloves. And Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them? That trusted home might yet enkindle you under the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes doing us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles to betray us in deepest consequence.
Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Cannot be ill.
cannot be good. If ill, why? Hath it given me an earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? The present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that all function smothered in surmise, and nothing is what is not.
Look how our partners wrapped.
If chance will have me king, by chance may crown me without my stir.
No horrors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour run through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, you stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Until then, enough. Come, friends. Are those yet in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it.
There is no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He is a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. My worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hast less deserved, so that the proportion, both of thanks and payment, might have been mine. All I have left to say, more is thy due, but more than all can pay. The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will aspire to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee now.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen's thanks, and those whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we hereafter name the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must, not unaccompanied, invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. My worthy Cawdor, so humbly take my leave. Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down or else leap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see. True, noble Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
they met me on the day of success. And I've learned by the perfectest report, they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me. They referred me to the coming on of time with hair, king that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet I do fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily, would not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'st have great laws, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wish should be undone. I thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thy ear and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who were it so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows at the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, could scarcely make more than his message.
Give him tender. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse. It croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from crown to toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctuous visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherein your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, old, old. Great clouds, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond the ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow is he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun thy morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. They're witnessing your eye, your hand, your tongue, Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall, to all our nights and days to come, give solely sovereign sway and mastery.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle has a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself into our gentle senses. See our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our troubles, which still we thank as love. Herein I shall teach you how you shall bid God heal us for your pains and thank us for your troubles.
All our service to every point twice done and then done double will poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house. To those of old and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hearts.
But where's the pure thane of Cawdor? We coursed after him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor. But he rides well, and his great love, sharp as in spur, has holp him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
All your servants ever have theirs themselves and what is theirs in common to make their audit at your highness' pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done, when it is done, or well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and tax with his Circe's success, that this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we'll jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here. That we but teach bloody instructions which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, because I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door and I'll bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so weak, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued, against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked, newborn babe, striding the blast, or heaven's cherub and horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow this horrid deed, in every eye the tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which, or leaps itself and falls on the other. Oh, now what news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have got golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, and are not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Have it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale, and what it did so freely? From this time such I count thy love. Wert thou feared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon thy blood like a poor cat in the alley?
Peace, I dare do all that may become a man who dares do more.
Who was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man, to be more than what you were, you would be. So much more than man. Nor time, nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both they have made themselves. And yet their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck. And I know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, and I so scorned as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail! Screw your courage to the sticking place. I will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather this day's hard journey soundly shall invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I with wine and wassail, so convinced that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a feeling, and their seat of reason a mere limbic only. But in swinish sleep, their drenched natures lie as in a death. What cannot you and I form upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon those spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Will they not be received? We have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and used their very daggers that they have done it.
Who dares receive it of it? And we shall make our proofs, and clamor roar upon his death.
I'm settled. And bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Awake. Mock the time with fairest show, false face must hide, but the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
Put it down. I don't look at clock.
She goes down at 12.
I think it's later than sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Your candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summon lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
sir. Not yet at rest? The king's abed? He hath been an unusual pleasure and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond greets your wife with all but the most kind hostess and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should be free of rot.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we could spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall plead to my consent when 'tis, shall make honor of you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it. But keep my bosom franchised and my allegiance clear, I shall be counseled.
Good repose.
Thanks, sir. Like to you.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this the dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. Have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind? A false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet. In form as palpable as that which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going! And such an instrument I was to use! Mine eyes are with the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still! And on thy blade are dumped in gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one-half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams of youth the curtain sleep. How sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk. For feel thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whilst they threat he lives. Words the heat of deeds to cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan! For it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Peace. It was the owl that shrieks, the fatal bellman that gives the starts. Good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their posses, but death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What home?
I'm afraid that I've awaked and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us, Hark. I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
I?
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Donovan.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to send a sorry sight.
As one did laugh in his sleep. One cried, murder! As they had seen me with these hangman's hands, that they did wake each other. But they did say their prayers and address themselves again to sleep.
Okay, well, they're two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us. And amen the other. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
I thought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep and it's up the rabble sleep of care. The death of each day's life, sore labor's bad balm of hurt minds, chief nourisher and life feast, till it cried, sleep no more. Longs murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it then that made you? Who was it then that was cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hair. Why have you brought the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them, and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Firm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures, 'tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the graves withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is with you, and every noise appalls me? What hands are these? They pluck out mine eyes. All good Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand. No. This, my hand, would rather the multitudinous seas incarnate in making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water accuse us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. More knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, twere best not know myself.
Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking! I would not cut!
Here's a knocking indeed.
Spill some wine.
If a man were porter of Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Name of Beelzebub. Where do you go to school?
Here's a farmer that hangs himself on expectation. Only time. Have napkins, and now about you here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith. Where will you go to school next year? UVA law. Wow! What kind of law do you want to study? Corporate. Corporate. Yeah, you're going to hell. Against either slayer that committed treason enough for God's sake that could not equivocate to heaven. Come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, never act quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. On and on. I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of 3 things.
And what 3 things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. Provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on and ready! How long was that? Persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to it, not stand to, in conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
Nuh-uh. That it did, sir. In the very throat on me, but I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs at some point, yet I made a shift and cast him.
Is thy master stirring?
Oh.
Our knocking has awakened. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow both.
He's the king, stirring, worthy thing.
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring it to you.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
Labor we delight in, physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call. 'Tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. It appoints so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air. Strange screams of death and prophesying with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful times. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! Horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee!
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is you say the life?
You mean to his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with the new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Bedlam and Dunne and Malcolm awake! Shake off this downy, sweet, death's counterfeit and look on death itself! Malcolm! Bedlam! As from your graves, rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror! Ring the bell!
What's the business? Such a hideous trumpet calls to parlay the sleepers of the house.
Speak. Speak.
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Thankful. Our royal master's murdered.
Oh, woe, alas! What in our house? Too cruel anywhere. Dear death, I prithee contradict thyself and say it is not so.
That I had died an hour before this chance. I had lived a blessed time. For from this moment there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead, the wine of life is drawn, and the mere leagues is left this vault to brag of. What is amiss? You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped, the very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
By whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood. So too were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his gold blood. There the murderers steeped in the colors of their trade, their weapons unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make his love known.
Oh!
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for hours?
What should be spoken here? Where our fates, hidden in honor, will may rush and seize us. Let's away! Our tears are not yet brewed.
Look to the lady. When we are naked frailties hid to suffer and exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and hence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all. Let us briefly put on manly Readiness. We meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is not this which the false man does easy. Out to England.
Ireland, aye, our severing fortunes should keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers, and men smiles, the near blood, the near bloody!
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lightened. Our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse. Let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrants in that theft which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
Here comes an old Macduff. How goes the world now, sir?
Why, see you not?
Is known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Last the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. The king's two sons, Malcolm and Donaldon, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Hence nature still thriftless, ambition that will rabbit up thy life's own means, then most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named, and gone to Scone to be invested.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. And you, lest our old rogues sit easier than our new.
Thou hast it now, King, Cawdor, bombs, all as the weird woman promised, and I fear thou play'st most foully for it. Yet it was said that it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee make good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush no more.
Here's our chief guest. If he had been forgotten, then he is a gap in our great feast, in all things unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
And your highness command upon me, to which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
Else desired your great advice, which still hath been both brave and prosperous in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow. As far you ride.
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper.
Then on our feast,
My lord, I will not.
here are bloody cousins of the stone, in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craving us jointly. I get the horse and you to return at night. Go slay off with you.
Aye, my good lord. Our time has come upon us.
I wish your horses swift, sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we'll keep ourselves till supper time alone. Why then, God be with you. Cyril, a word with you. Tend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gates.
Bring them before us. to be thus. It's nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears and Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. There's none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He'd chid the word sisters, when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head, they placed a fruitless crown, put a barren scepter in my grasp, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan have I murdered. The rancor's in the vessel of my peace, only for them, and mine eternal jewel, given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings. The seed of Banquo kings! Rather than so come fate into the list and champion each of the utterance. Who's there? Now stand before the gate and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday that we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Now that having considered of my speeches, know that it was he, in times past, who held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent selves. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation with you, how you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments, who wrought at them, and all things else that might to half a soul into a notion crazed, say thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you could let this go? Are you so gospeled to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
I have a catalogue you go for men. Hounds and mongrels, spaniels, curs are cleft all, and name with dogs. The valued final distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter. Each according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike. And so are men. Now if you have a station in the file, not the worst ranks of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosom whose execution takes your enemy on, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who were our helper sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, touched with fortune, that I would set my lie on any chance to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know that Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So we see mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of this being thrust against mine ears the bled. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight and bid my will about it, I must not. For certain friends I have, both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall. When I myself struck down, and thence it is that I to your assistance do make love.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command.
Though our lives
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour and most, I'll advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on it. For it must be done tonight. It's something from the palace always thought I require a clearness. With him, to leave no rubs or botches in the work. Fleance, his son who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than that his father, shall embrace the fate of this dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart, I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
Abide within, I'll call upon you straight. It is concluded. Thankful. Thy soul's flight. If it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
I, madam, who returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Not tad. All was spent where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy
Then by destruction dwell.
doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things destroy, both the world suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams which shake us nightly. Better to be with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than in the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice, domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
God, my gentle, my lord, sleeper, your rugged looks be bright and jovial among your guests.
So shall I love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. Unsafe for while, we must. Lave our honors in these flattering streams, making our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, your wife. And who is the Banquo in his playoff lives?
In them nature's copies not a turn.
With comfort yet they are assailable. Then, be thou jogging. There the bat, flowing his cloistered flight out of black Hecate's summons, the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hum, by the wrong night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come. Sealing night. Scarf up the tender eye, pitiful day. And with thy bloody, invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Thou marvelest at my words. Yet hold thee still. Things bad begun strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth.
Stand with us.
Hark, I hear horses.
Give us a light there. Ho!
A light, a light!
'Tis he.
Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Oh, treachery.
Fly, Macleod! Fly! Thou mayst revenge! Oh, slave!
There's but one down. The sun is fled.
We've lost best half of our affair.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. The hostess keeps her state, but in best time, we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks. They are welcome.
See they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are even, I'll sit in the midst. Large in mirth, and we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood on my face.
'Tis Michael, son!
It's better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut, that I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats, and he's good that did the like for flaons. If thou didst it, thou art a nonpareil.
Most royal, sir. Valance escaped.
Then comes thy fit again. I have been perfect. The banquet's safe.
Aye, my good lord, safe in it did she bide with 20 trenched gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. Get thee gone, we'll hear ourselves again tomorrow.
My worthy lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched, while 'tis a making, 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home, from thence the sauce to meat were ceremony meeting, or bear without it.
Keep remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness sit.
Here have we now. Our country's honor roofed. We're the grace person of our banquet present, who may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. May it please your highness grace us with your company.
The table's full.
Oh, here is the place reserved.
Where?
Here, my lord.
Which of you have done this?
What,
my
my
good
lord?
lord.
Thou canst not say I did it. Never sleep like more locks at me!
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit! Worthy friends, My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not.
Are you a man? I am a bold one. Dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Firm of purpose. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Dunne. Through all these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear would well become a woman's story and a winter's fire authorized by her grandam. Shame itself, why do you make such faces?
Prithee, behold, see, look, lo! Why, what care I? Thou canst nod, speak to. If graves in charnel houses and those that we bury back, our monuments will be the maws of kites.
Like a man in folly.
If I stood here, I saw him. Shame, blood hath been shed ere now. Ere human statue purged the gentle wheel. Aye, since 2 murders have been performed, 2 terrible for the year. The time had been that when the brains were out, the man would die.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, most worthy friend. I have a strange infirmity. She is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, then I'll sit down. Give me some wine, fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table. And to our dear friend Campbell, who we miss. Would he were here. To all and him we thirst. And all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avart! And quit thy sight! Let the earth hide thee. That thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold, thou hast no speculation in those eyes thou dost glare with.
Good peers, but as a thing of custom, 'tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of
One
the time.
man dare. I dare. Take any shape but that. And my firm nerves shall never tremble or be alive again. Hence! Horrible shadow! Unreal mockery! Hence! Why, so being gone, I am a man again.
You have displaced the mood. Broke the good meeting. Most admire disorder.
Can such things be? And overcome us like a summer's cloud and seal our special wonder. You make me strange. Even to the disposition that I owe, when now I think you can behold such sights. And keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
Pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go. At once.
Good night. And better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It'll have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. And stones have been known to move and trees to speak. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macbeth denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There's not a one of them, but in his house I keep a servant thief. I will tomorrow, betimes I will, to the Waird sisters. More shall they speak. For now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am stepped in blood. So far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as galore. Strange things I have in him must be acted and it will stand.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come. Go to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth, Mary he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late. Whom, you may say, if please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donovan to kill their gracious father? Damned fact! How it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not strain in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that, I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, as and please heaven he shall not, they would know what 'twere to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace. For from broad words, and cause he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The king's son, for whom the tyrant owes his due of birth, lives at the English court. Thither Macduff is gone, to wake the king to pray upon his aid, to bring Northumberland and warlike Stuart. This report has so exasperated the king that he prepares upon an attempt of war.
Said he to Macduff.
Aye, he did. And with an absolute stir not I, the cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as if to say, you'll rue the time that clogged me with this answer.
And that well might advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. behold his message ere he comes, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Round about the cauldron, go. In the poisoned entrails. Toad, that under cold stone days and nights of 31, splintered venom, sleeping gods, boiled out first in the sun.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake in the cauldron, boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and the blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and how swing for a time of powerful trouble like ale broth, boil and bubble. Trouble, trouble, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. By the breaking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now? You secret black and midnight hags, what is it that you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, that you untie the wings and bid them fight against the churches. Though the yeasty waves confound and swallow navigation up even. Though palaces and pyramids do slope their heads to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's germans tumble all together, even till destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask of you.
Speak.
Demand. Will answer.
Say if thou would rather hear it from our mouths. From our master.
Olive, let me see you.
Pour in Sal's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh. Grease that sweated the murderers give it. Throw into the flame.
Come, high and low, thyself and office deftly show.
Hear me, thou unknown power. He knows thy thought. Hear his speak, but sayst thou not.
fear right. But one word more.
You will not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Back 3 years, I hear you. Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born can harm Macbeth.
Then live, live doth. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, till I may tell pale-hearted fear lies and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this? That rises so like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the rounded top of sovereignty. Listen, but speak not to it!
He lion metal proud and take no care. Who chases, who frets, or what inspire his heart. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee, so great Burnham wood, to high Dunstan hill, shall come against him.
That will never be, for who can impress the forest? Bid the tree unfix his earth-bound. Sweet motorman stood! Rebelling intent rise never. To the wood of Burnham rise. And our high place Macbeth shall live the lease of nature. Pay his time in breath to mortal custom. But my heart throbs to know one thing more. Tell me if thy art compels so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied! Deny me this! And an eternal curse fall on me! Let this pernicious hour stand I, accursed, in the calendar. Come in without there!
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the word, sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord!
Infected be the air whereupon they ride, and damn be all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it came by?
There's 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macbeth is fled to England.
Fled to England.
Aye, my lord.
In time. Thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose is ne'er overtook until the deed go with it. From now, the firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon Fife. Give to the edge of the sword his wife. His babes and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No more boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do for the purpose cool, but no more sons. Come, where are these gentlemen? Bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly this land?
My dearest cousin, I pray you have patience.
He had none! When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom. To leave his wife, his babes, his mansion and titles in a place from where he himself is fleeing. He loves us not. He left the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl.
My dearest
All
cousin.
is the fear and nothing is the love. As little as the wisdom, or fight so runs against all reason.
My dearest cousin, I pray you have patience. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak further. But cruel are the times when we are traitors, and know not ourselves, but hold rumor from our fear, and know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea each way and move. I shall take my leave of you. Will not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst shall cease, or else improve upwards to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessings be upon you.
Father he is, and yet he is fatherless.
And so much a fool it should be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father is dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they. My father's not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. And what wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, yet in faith was good enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Well, one that swears and lies.
And be they all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
The honest men.
Why then the liars and swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enow to beat the honest men and hang up them.
God help thee, poor monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'll weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign. I should quickly have a new father.
How thou talkest.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not to know, though your state of honor I am perfect. I hear some danger does approach nearly. If you will take a holy man's advice, be not found here. Hence, with your little ones. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm.
The
But now I remember I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, to do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up this womanly defense to say I've done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
Oh, but no place so unsanctified, such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
What? You egg! Young, dry treachery!
He has killed me, mother! Run away! I pray you! Please! Please, no! No! Please, no! Please! Shade and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but my own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed. Bleed, poor country, great tyranny, lay thou basest sure for goodness dare not check thee. Wear thou thy wrongs, the title is offered, fare thee well. Lord, I would not be the villain that thou think'st, for all the space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable with an untitled tyrant, bloody sceptered, when shall thou see wholesome days again? Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled thy name to my good truth and honor. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country's to command. Old Stewart, with 10,000 warlike men already at a point of setting out, now we'll together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. 'Tis hard to reconcile. See who comes here?
My countrymen.
My ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, cannot be called our mother but our grave, where violent ecstasies rampage through the streets. The dead man's knell is scarce. Ask for who? And men before the flower dying, where'er they sicken.
What's the newest grief?
How does my wife?
Why, well.
All my children.
Why, well too.
The tyrant hath not battered at their peace.
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
How goes it?
Word that would be howled out to the desert air, where hearing ought not latch them.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly let me have it.
Hold not against my tongue forever when I have poured them down before you. Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babe savagely slaughtered.
Merciful heaven.
My children, too.
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too.
I have said.
But be comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! All my pretty ones, did you say all? But all my pretty chickens and their damn at one fell swoop.
Dispute it like a man!
I shall do so! I must also feed as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macbeth, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine, fell slaughter of their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, and rage
I
it.
could play the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue. But gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him. If he scape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, we go to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in the most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature to receive at once the benefits of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what, at any time, have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis much meet you should.
Neither to you nor to anyone, having no witness to confirm my report. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
Yet here's a spot. to be fear. Who knows it when none can call our power to account? Who would have thought the old man had so much blood in him? The thing of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? Oh, why will these hands never be clean? Oh, no. No more of that, my lord, no more. You'll mar with all this starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of it. Heaven knows what she has known.
There's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia could not sweeten this little head. Ooh, ooh. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out of his grave. To bed! To bed, there's knocking at the gate. No. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Fell whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. More she needs the divine than the physician.
Dunson, and I cannot taint fear. What's that boy, Malcolm? What's he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall there have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicure. The mind I sway by, the heart I bear, shall never sag, doubt, nor taint with fear. The devil damn thee black, thy cream-faced loon, or gotst thou that goose look? There's 10,000 geese, villain! Soldiers, sir. Death on my sword, linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear. What soldiers, whiteface? The English force, so please you. Take that face hence! I am sick at heart when I do behold it. Satan! Is push and cheer me ever, or to seek me now? Satan, I say! I've lived long enough, and now my way of life has fallen into the sea. Satan!
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones, my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
It is not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses, scour the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor. How does her patient, doctor?
Not so much sick, my lord. She is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from rest.
Cure her of that canst thou not minister to a mind disease. Phase out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom from that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein, the patient must minister to himself.
Don't physic to the dogs, I'll have none of it. Come, put on mine armor, give you my staff. Seaton, send out! Doth the things fly from me? Comes our dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the waters of my land, find her disease, and purge it, what purgative drug would scour these English heads, hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Cousins, I hope the days are near hand that chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
What is this before us? The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the number of our host and make discovery ere and report of us.
It shall be done.
We learn no other but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before us. 'Tis his main hope. For where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt. And none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
How does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands? Now, minutely, revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief?
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that with due decision will make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative or unsure hopes relate with certain issues, strokes must arbitrate, towards which advances the war.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls, the cries till they come. Our castle strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the ague eat them up. But they're not forced with those that should be ours. We might have met them, dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
I have almost forgotten the taste of fears. If I had been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. My fellow hair with that dismal treatise, rouse and stir as life were in it. I have supped full with horrors. Direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts could not once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow. A poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and that is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. That comes to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon, methought, the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath, if it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
If thou stoodest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till fan cling thee. If thy speech be sooth,
I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not, Macbeth, till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm. Arm and out! If this which he avouches does appear, there is no lying hence nor tarrying here. I can be weary of the sun and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! The winds come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
And show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon us what else remains to do according to our order. Fare you well. we but find the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. Was he not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear or none.
What is thy name?
Thou be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more.
Thou liest, abhorrent tyrant! With my sword I'll prove the lie thou speakest! Ah!
Thou was born of woman, but swords I smile at. Weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by a man. That's of a woman born.
That way the noise is. Tyrant! Show thy face! If thou be slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves, either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with unbattered edge I sheathe again undeeded. Let me find him fortune and more I beg not.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, their gashes do better upon them.
Turn! Hellhound, turn!
All men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Now, bloodier villain terms can give me out.
Thou losest labor!
As easy mayest thou. The entrenching air with thy keen sword.
Impresses make me bleed. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee. Macbeth was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so! For it hath cowed my better part of man, and be these juggling fiends no more believed that keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live. To be the show and gaze of the time will have thee, as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole and under it. Here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet. Though Burnham would come to Dunne and now oppose, being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be he that first cried home, enough!
Hail, King! So thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free.
My thanes and kinsmen, what's more to do, which will be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher, and his fiends-like queen who has his thought by self and violent hands took off her life. This, and what needful else that calls upon us by the grace of grace we will perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine.